Hello guys! It's been a couple of weeks since I've recorded and I'm trying a new setup, so I don't know, do you mind the mic here on the screen or not? Let me know if you feel like it's odd at all. I just want to record with this mic because the sound is just much better. Anyway, let's get started. So, in today's video, it's a topic I've actually announced on Twitter maybe like 3 weeks ago, I think, a long time ago. And today's topic is sponsorships in the language learning community. So, I've been doing YouTube for a little bit over 6 years, which is a huge amount of time. It's kind of crazy. And I never actually talked about this topic. So often on this channel, I talk about language learning, and obviously that's my favorite topic ever. I mean, who would create a whole channel on language learning if they didn't like it? Not me. So I wanted to sort of discuss how I get sponsorships, how much I get paid, sort of how my thinking behind how I choose all the sponsorships I do on my video. I haven't done like tons and tons of sponsorships, but it's something that I've done and I'm planning on doing as much as possible because, you know, as you know, that's how YouTubers make money. I mean, one of the ways. There's obviously many other ways to make money on YouTube. But it's a topic that was very important to me very early on, even at the beginning of my channel, when I was not getting any sponsorships at all, because who would sponsor a channel with 300 subscribers or something, right? But it's something that's kind of important for me because I kind of had to question how I would want to go about it and what kind of content creator I wanted to be. And that's the kind of things we will talk about today. And at the end of the video, by the way, there will be a Q&A. I got some of your questions on Twitter. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, I mean, by all means, do follow me. What are you waiting for? I often put some polls and some threads and tweets and things like that sometimes inspire me for my videos, and I take the time on my videos to answer in more detail some questions because Twitter is very, you know, like limiting in terms of character. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, so I'm gonna get started now. So the first point I wanted to discuss is how I typically get sponsorship contracts. Personally, I've never approached any company directly to get any sponsorships. The way it works typically, and if any content creators that watch this video have a different experience, please let us know. That'd be interesting to know. Is you get emails or DMs in your social media. So typically for me it's emails, but I'll get sometimes messages on Twitter, and that's kind of how companies reach out. Essentially, nothing sort of rocket science, I guess. And I get 3 types of sponsorships. I mean, that's how I would categorize them. The first type is you promote a product by providing a discount code of some kind or some kind of, what are they called again? It's not sponsored link, it's affiliate link. Here we go, that's the word. So that's one of the most common ones, I feel. Often you get things like, you know, use my discount code and whatever. And this is a nice type of sponsorship. It's very common. You don't lose any money, but the content creator makes money. And that's kind of a way for you to use a product that you need. Obviously, don't use a product you don't need because that's real life money. And that's also a way to support content creators because when we do that kind of affiliate link, we either get money, so monetary compensation. That was a hard word to say. Or we get some kind of reduction or free credits to use a product. So for example, you have italki, who I think does that. I haven't worked with them yet. I'd like to in the future because I use italki on a regular basis. But content creators will get some money if you spend some money on italki. They will get like, I don't know, $5 or something. So if they use lessons, that's a way for them to use that money towards lesson and creating more language content, for example. The second kind is to get paid just for the video. It can be either a short ad insert, and basically you get you know, you talk with the company, you discuss what you want, how much they want to pay you, the budget, etc. So you sort of negotiate. And this type of sponsorship is different from the first one in that in the first one, if no one sort of uses the coupon code, I think that's how you say it, then you don't get any money or any sort of gift or reward or whatever. But on this one, where you get paid by the video or the ad, you get paid upfront, I guess. So the first one is a bit more like uncertain in terms of how much money you will get, and the second one, you know how much money you will get. And third type, I guess, is you will just get either subscriptions, so some kind of digital compensation, which is not money, but has some value, obviously, or you can get physical objects. Typically, you could imagine getting books I haven't gotten books. Well, I kind of did for Japanese from Zero. I did a review for free. They didn't come from me. I just wanted to review it, and they offered me the books. But that was not really a sponsorship. They just sort of gave them as a kind gesture, and I think that's great. That was really nice. Anyway, but that's just to sort of give you examples of how we get compensated, or the kind of things that we would get, because of the content we create. So personally, I don't like to do coupon code kind of thing, affiliate links, because when I do that kind of video, I advertise for companies, and if I don't get any money for the coupons, or very little, then I've kind of wasted my time. Because if I make, let's say, £20 or $25, or I think €20, let's say, then I didn't get paid for the work I put into advertising that company. However, if you have a lot of subscribers, like 1 million or a few hundreds, then or thousands rather, then you will possibly get a lot of money, so you can get worth it. But I think with my channel, with only, I'm so grateful for the subscribers, but on a business sort of point of view, 7,000 is not going to be enough in terms of money. So I will typically just accept upfront payment, and I will sort of talk about those in more detail later in the video. As for the third type, if I like the product, for example, let's imagine italki would offer me $100 worth of lessons. It's still kind of monetary compensation, but let's imagine maybe an app that will give me a premium subscription for 3 years, I don't know, and I use that app. I could accept that. Or if I really feel like I just want to do it because I love the app so much that I want to support it, especially smaller apps, I could accept that kind of compensation, maybe, but that's at my own discretion. I don't want people to assume I just accept it automatically, because as usual, and that's the second point. So how do I choose the companies I work for? And that's the question I've asked myself very early on, because, I think as a YouTuber, you expect that eventually, if you keep making videos, you will get the company's attention eventually. So they will ask you to promote things. And what's clear is that I want to make money on my channel. I'm not going to say like, no, I do it for the language learning love. I mean, I do, obviously. That's how it started, and that's still why I still do it. But I would like to be able to practice my hobby, I guess, or like share my love for languages while making money. I'm not going to lie. But I also decided that I would not do it at all cost. Like, I'm not going to accept just any sponsorship just because money, that doesn't make sense for me. And I'm lucky because some people might not be able to be in that position, but I already have a real life job, and I've got I've got a comfortable lifestyle, I guess. I'm not rich, but I can say no to sponsorships. I don't rely on my channel for making money. I do make some money, and I will discuss that a bit later. But I don't have to do anything I don't want to, which is great. So that means I can really follow my guts. And for me, what's important is that the product that I will promote makes sense with who I am as a person or as a content creator doing language learning videos. So I will not promote earrings or jewelry because I don't wear any, and that doesn't quite make sense, I think. But I will promote I promote obviously apps if I like them. And if I think the product has value and that people will enjoy it. So for example, recently I did an ad for Language Reactor, language learning with Netflix. That adds subtitles to the stuff you watch on Netflix, which is a great app which I've used in the past. So when they reached out to me, I was like, yes, of course, I will definitely promote them because I know the product quite well and I've used it myself and I think it's really useful. But if I felt like the app didn't add any value or not enough value, in my opinion, obviously that's subjective, then I wouldn't promote it. And that's happened. I've reviewed a company that was doing language lessons. I'm not going to say their name because I think they've changed and they were kind of getting started. I don't want to sort of give them a bad rep because they weren't terrible, but I just wasn't happy with the lessons. I didn't feel like I could promote something in a way that felt honest, And if I'm promoting something, I want to do it because I like the product. Does that make sense? Something else I will also look into is the reputation of the company. If I feel like the reputation is not in line with what I think is how a company should behave or sort of present themselves in the public, so to speak, or on the internet, then obviously I will not promote them. Obviously, companies are there to make money, but I want them to be ethical, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to get at. And also another point is that obviously if I promote something that has bad reputation, it can sort of backfire on me. So I need to kind of protect my reputation. And I know it sounds silly because I've got only, again, 7,000 subscribers, but I still feel like I owe like my community, like people that follow me or people that watch my videos, I owe them to be honest and transparent. And I can't promote something that I think is harmful in any way. Like that wouldn't sound right for me. Also, something that's important is for me to be able to try the product. If I can't try the product, either because, for example, it depends. Again, it's at my own discretion, but if someone was trying to promote a product and the sort of angle was for like beginners, I mean, I guess I used to be a French teacher, so I would have this sort of judgment to be able to know if a resource is good enough or not. But it might be tricky in some cases for me to promote a product because I already speak the language, for example. So I would have to sort of think about it carefully and present it in a way that makes sense. I can't promote something for people that learn, I don't know, Chinese or Mandarin rather, because I'm not learning it and I'm not able to try the product. So if I can't try the product because I don't have the level for it, then I can't promote it. I've had to turn down offers where people were like, oh, we're doing something for Chinese or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't speak Chinese. So, sorry, I can't promote it, However, if it's something about Italian or Japanese, then yes, I can actually, promote it because it makes sense. That's two languages I've got beginner level in, so that could make sense. So I think you get the idea, right? Oh yeah, one last thing that's very important is that they are okay with me saying that it's a sponsored video or whatever. Or ad, because I've had a problem with Hello Talk where I made an entire sort of ad, a great video. I don't have it anymore. I just deleted it. And then they turned around and said, oh, we wouldn't like you to specify that sponsored content. And I was like, but that's sponsored content. And they were like, yeah, but we don't want you to do that. We want you to like kind of pretend it's a recommendation. And I was like, no, that's lying. I can't do that. So I made a video and I had a back and forth with them and I missed out on £50, which pissed me off. But, that's just to say that I'm not going to say yes to anything, and I feel like I hold myself accountable for everything I post, and hopefully I will never make a mistake. That could happen, but I'm trying as much as I can, within what I can do as a single YouTube creator. Like I'm the only person behind the camera doing everything, the editing, the videos, the writing, everything. So I don't have any sort of marketing skills. So I try my best. And now you know why I don't sponsor Hello Talk anymore. Yeah, they did me wrong. I didn't like that at all. So how much do I get paid? That's my third point. So I don't get paid that much, I think. The latest one I did was for Language Reactor, so language learning with Netflix, and they paid me €100. At first I said £75, and they were kind enough to give me more money. And to be honest, they were very easy to work with, even though it took me ages to get back to them. And I love the product, so I would definitely sponsor them again, or I hope they would sponsor me again in the future. I also got paid, for example, £50 when I did a short ad for Polygloss. That was about a year or two ago, but I think now I would probably expect at least £75 for an ad insert. If it was a full video, which I don't know if I want to do that, but if the product, I like it a lot, I would probably ask for 150, which is probably expensive, considering how many subscribers I have, but I wouldn't just bother if it's not for at least £150. And also how much I will charge for the video will depend on the conditions. So some of the sponsorship contracts are more specific. Like, for example, if I need to attend at least 5 lessons, because remember, I need to try the product before I sponsor it or I promote it. That's what I'm looking for on my channel. That means I will have to put in more time to do this. And, so obviously that I take that into account. And if it's a full video, that means like for a week, I'm not creating my own content. Because that takes up all of my time. So that'll make it, I think that warrants at least £150, in my opinion. I know a YouTuber, I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she's comfortable with me sharing this on the video, but we spoke on Twitter by private messages, and she said that for a full video she gets paid, or she asks to get paid at least £750. That might have gone up since then, but obviously, the more subscribers you have, the more money you can sort of ask. Quickly, number 4, what's the worst product I've come across? So there was a Japanese course that someone was selling, and long story short, I don't really remember that much about it. That was like 2 or 3 years ago during COVID, like the first lockdown. And the course was just so weird. Like, it was valued at $1,000, so I was like, wow, that must be amazing. And then I looked into it, and that was just so weird. Like, the resources were not really that useful. Like, for example, they were teaching the writing, Japanese writing, and then it was just someone writing the letters and saying them out loud. And I was like, you can find that on the internet. Like, it's not adding anything new, really. And I'm not saying it needs to add something new, but it needs to present it in a way that makes it worth it in terms of money. Then there was an ebook, and then there was like a video where it taught like some phrases for holidays, and it was just like not even a native speaker voice. It was just like a Google Translate voice, whatever. And I was just like, that's so weird. I can't promote that. And I didn't, obviously, because I didn't feel like that was good quality, and it just seemed a bit shady. I think there were fake reviews as well. I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass. Never mind. But the best one, I think, was the ones I mentioned. Polygloss was great. Sometimes companies, obviously, they will expect you to say only positive things. But Polygloss, Etienne, the founder, the co-founder, I think, just straight away told me, say whatever you want. I'll give you £50. I mean, she asked me how much I was asking for, and I said 50. She was like, okay, sure, do whatever you want. And honestly, the app is great, so I just said everything. Everything I said was positive. And then Language Reactor, they were great to work with. They paid me quite well, I think. And they were great to work with, and I hope I will work with them later. That'd be nice. So now I want to move on to the questions you asked me on Twitter, so let me find them. So the first question is from Vin Fox. So any downsides to be aware of with paid promotions, like constraints on the content you share, create, etc.? So yes, sometimes there will be some kind of constraints, and that's something you negotiate with the company. The type of constraints could be just, we want you to use that video, or we want you to say that thing in particular. We want you to avoid talking about other companies, like, for example, comparing our product with Duolingo, I don't know, whatever. And that's something that's very important to discuss, because you want to make sure that, obviously, you're working for them and they pay you, so you have to produce work that's up to the standard they want, and you basically just agree on everything. I make sure that I send them a script, for example, of everything I'm planning on saying, and I tell them, do tell me if there's anything you want me to remove or say differently, or if I made a mistake, or I don't know, anything. Let me know now, because when the video is recorded, then it's too late. I'm not going to be able to change. I mean, you can sometimes edit, but it's going to be hard to do it. So do tell me whatever you want me to say, and then let's just make everything clear. So far though, I haven't come across any constraints that I was like, nah, don't want to do it. It's pretty normal stuff. Like, it's just them making sure that you say things that promote their product the way they want it to be promoted, essentially. Do they know when viewers click past the ad, and does it affect you? Because I always click past the ad. I guess you mean for YouTube ads. I don't know, actually. That's a very good question. I think you still get paid. There's different types of ads on YouTube. I don't know if I'm the most expert one on ads, but I know there's different types of ads. You have the short ones that you can skip, or the ones that are short, and some are longer. And I think it's not, the creator of the video, the content creator, doesn't get paid the same amount. I don't know how much it is. Honestly, I don't know. But some videos will get more money from ads, like the YouTube ads, than others. For example, I've got my Rosetta Stone video that got £300 in like maybe 20k views or something, while others with more views will get much less money. So there's some kind of ratio, I suppose. As someone who does videos mainly about languages, what kind of brand usually sponsors you most often? Any examples? I don't have any company that's come back again after a sponsored content, so I can't say. But I feel like I've mentioned lots of companies I've worked with, and these are the main ones, really. I can't say I've got like tons and tons. I don't know what else I can add than that I haven't already said in the video. So C. Whitman, how many followers and how many views per normal video, not viral, does it take until monetization pays for the time you spend filming and editing? That's a very good question. It's hard for me to say. It depends how much you value your editing and like your time, essentially, per hour. I don't think I'm there yet at all. I get paid about $25 a month with advertising on YouTube, so that's very little money. But I imagine if someone has 1 million subscribers, they could sort of start to get some serious money with ads if they make enough views per month. Because it's not about the subscribers, it's about the views that your videos get. And views mean you get ads, and ads means money for the creator. So I don't know, I'm not there yet, but if I'm ever at that point, I will definitely talk about it, or I will be able to answer that question then. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful, and if you have any questions, obviously as usual, you can leave a comment and I will try to answer your questions. And on that note, I will see you later. Bye.